Liam Payne's young son Bear is likely to be blocked by mum Cheryl Tweedy from getting any of his multi-million-pound inheritance until he is aged at least 25. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Those close to Cheryl say she wants to protect him. Cheryl, 41, who welcomed Bear, 8, with One Direction star Liam in 2017, has sought advice from the trustees of Liam's estate and wants to put the money aside until the lad is older. Liam died aged 31 in October after falling from a hotel balcony in Buenos Aires, Argentina. A source close to the former Girls Aloud singer said, Cheryl wants to protect Bear and is going to stop him receiving Liam's inheritance until he's at least 25 years old, if not older. She feels she wants Bear to be of an age where he can make informed decisions about the money. There are lots of conversations ongoing, and Cheryl may even allow the money to be given only in chunks throughout his late 20s and 30s. She wants him to still have ambition and the drive to succeed without the backup of the money, and she's aware that people may want to befriend him because they are aware of his situation. Cheryl has spoken to the trustees, and the money will be invested until Bear is of the right age to start receiving some of it. Liam died without leaving a will, and those close to Cheryl also said his huge legacy could be halved with inheritance tax. They added yesterday, Liam may have left £24 million, but after the government has taken the relevant tax, there will be around £12 million left. This is still an incredible amount of money, and Cheryl wants to do everything she can to protect Bear and make sure the money comes to him when the time is right. Court documents this week showed Liam had a £28,595,000 fortune. After expenses and debts were paid, the figure was reduced to £24,280,000. A court has given Cheryl power of administration of his estate. Also named as administrator is music lawyer Richard Bray, partner in a London legal firm. Liam and Cheryl revealed they were to become parents for the first time after dating for a year. Although they later split, the pair remained close for the sake of their son. Liam said at the time, "We still have so much love for each other as a family. Bear is our world." It was a rainy afternoon in Surrey, the kind that whispered of secrets in the mist. Inside a grand but tastefully understated house tucked away behind high hedges and a long gravel drive, a boy named Bear sat cross-legged on his bedroom floor, flipping through an old photo album. At 12 years old, Bear Payne already understood the strange combination of fame and isolation. He was the son of two celebrities, Cheryl Tweedy, former Girls Aloud member and pop culture icon, and Liam Payne, ex-One Direction star and solo artist. A pedigree of music royalty, if there ever was one. But Bear's life had never been about spotlights or sound checks. His mother made sure of that. There was a photo of Liam holding Bear as a baby, broad smile, proud eyes. Bear lingered on it, running a finger along the glossy image. He barely remembered the day it was taken, but he felt it, somewhere in the back of his mind, like a distant hum. "Dinner in 10, came a voice from the hallway. Cheryl. Always precise, always in control. Bear didn't answer. Not out of rudeness, but because he was used to the silence that existed between them in recent years. Not cold, but calculated. She loved him, fiercely, but she guarded that love like a dragon over treasure. He flipped the page and saw something he'd never noticed before, a sticky note, faded from time, tucked into the corner of a snapshot of his first birthday party. In his dad's handwriting. "For when he's older. He deserves to know everything." Bear's heart picked up speed. 2 days later, Bear wandered into the family's modest library, a room more for appearance than use, and found the cabinet that housed his mother's files. She didn't know he knew the lock code. 0412, April 12th. His birthday. Inside were legal documents, business papers, and neatly labeled folders. One stood out. Trust, Bear Payne, 2017. He pulled it out with trembling hands and sat on the floor. The folder was thick and heavy. Inside were pages and pages of financial records, lawyers' notes, and official correspondence with wealth managers. He didn't understand all of it, but one section was crystal clear. In accordance with the terms established by Cheryl and Tweedy, primary guardian and custodian of the minor Bear Gray Payne, access to the inheritance left in trust by Liam James Payne shall be withheld until the beneficiary reaches the age of 25, unless otherwise reviewed and deemed necessary have the guardian or legal representative. His stomach twisted. 25. The next evening, Bear brought it up, deliberately, carefully. "Mum," he started, "over roast chicken and steamed broccoli, do you think I'm responsible?" Cheryl looked up from her glass of still water. "In what way?" "Just, in general. Like, if someone asked if Bear Payne was a trustworthy person." She studied him for a moment, her face unreadable. "You're growing into someone I'm proud of." "Why?" "No reason. Just wondering." She paused, fork hovering mid-air. This have anything to do with your father?" "No," Bear lied. And Cheryl knew it. That night, Cheryl found herself awake past midnight, a book unread in her lap. She stared out the window, her mind not on the moonlight or the rustle of leaves, but on the boy sleeping one floor above her. She had made the decision years ago, when Bear was still in nappies. Liam had come to her with lawyers, insisting that Bear should have access to the full weight of his inheritance, over £25 million, at age 18. Cheryl had balked at the idea. 18? Are you mad? He'll buy a yacht and crash it into the Isle of Wight. Liam had laughed, but she hadn't. "It's not a joke," she had said. "That kind of money ruins people. I've seen it. You've seen it." In the end, she had her way. She always did. Years passed, and Bear learned to live with the knowledge. At 14, he asked Cheryl directly. "Why 25? She looked at him with a softness she reserved only for him. "Because by then, you'll know who you are. And you'll understand what that kind of money can do, to others, to yourself." "But it's mine." "No," she corrected gently. "It's yours to become worthy of." Bear left the room with clenched fists and an angry heart. But deep down, he heard her. At 16, he tried again, this time through a lawyer friend of his father's. He requested emancipation. A legal bid for control of his trust. The court session was private, the judge impartial but sympathetic. Cheryl was calm, professional. "Your Honor," she said, "this isn't about withholding love or opportunity. It's about responsibility. My son wants to make music, and I support that. He wants to travel, and I let him. But giving a teenager millions is not support. It's sabotage." Bear's petition was denied. He didn't speak to her for 3 weeks. By 18, Bear had released a song, his first. It was raw, emotional, and haunting. Not poppy like his parents' work, but something entirely his own. The lyrics spoke of waiting, of shadows, of promises locked behind glass. The public loved it. Liam flew in from LA for the release party. Cheryl didn't attend. Later, Bear found his dad sitting at the edge of the garden, cigarette in hand, looking up at the stars. "She's doing what she thinks is best," Liam said, without being prompted. "I don't care," Bear replied. "Yes, you do." The years between 18 and 24 passed in chapters. Bear toured small venues. Then bigger ones. He dated, broke up, made mistakes, went quiet, came back. He got better. Calmer. Wiser. People stopped calling him the son of Liam Payne and Cheryl Tweedy and started calling him Bear Payne, artist. The night before his 25th birthday, Cheryl sat across from him at a quiet restaurant in Mayfair. No paparazzi. No press. Just the two of them. She placed a small envelope on the table. "This is the access code. Tomorrow, the trust becomes yours."